Hey guys, welcome back out to the garden. You're at that 1870s homestead. I'm sitting here at my back trellis. If you caught my last video, you know I lost my morning glory that I was going to be climbing up it. So I found some old sweet pea seeds. They're from 2017, so I don't know how great the germination's gonna be. And I'm just gonna plant them around the trellis. And decided, you know what, food's more important, and sweet peas have great flowers. So we're going to see if we can't get a last minute pea planting done. And we have another little chance of cold temperatures tonight, but after tonight it's looking great. So I think I'm actually gonna chance planting my beans today too. But let me show you these Brussels sprouts. Maybe tell me what you think, because I don't know how well they're doing. So this one's like okay. I mean, it's a little sad, but this one is like lost all its green out of its leaves. I'm guessing just from freezing, but the inside looks good. So I think I'm not too terribly worried about it. But if you think that there's something that I should do, let me know. And guys, I tell you what, this compost I got brought in has so much. I'm guessing this is lamb's quarter, which I know you can eat, but I don't want it like a weed all through my garden. Very frustrating. Okay, so right down there is the trellis that I just planted the sweet peas. And I have some really sad news about what's going on all right here. Guys, this is where I had my beets planted. And if you've been following me, you know that beets are the one thing that I've never successfully grown. And they were doing so amazing. So I super researched what I should do, if anything, to protect these beets going into that polar vortex, and everything that I read said that they could handle freezing temperatures just fine. Well, I guess not as cold as we got, at least not as seedlings, because I know I've overwintered beets before, accidentally, like left little tiny things in the garden. So like here's one that's kind of hanging on. So I think what I'm gonna do, instead of like hoping for the half dozen that hung on out of 400 beets, I'm going to just rework this soil and go ahead and get all my beans planted, which is actually gonna allow me to plant more beans than I had planned. And we'll just save beets for a fall crop this year and try again. So let me work this garden bed up, and then we'll get to planting, and I'll show you what kind of beans I'm planting. The all-purpose fertilizer I use is this Job's vegetable and tomato. It's just a really natural, organic, balanced fertilizer. And all I'm doing is loosening up the soil. I don't know what this tool is. I think it's like an old weed whip or something, but I love it in the garden just for things like that. Just when I'm prepping a bed and there's little bits of weeds, or I can use it to get in between things and weed. I'm sure it's not the right purpose for it, but I love it. Alrighty, I went through and organized and got together all my beans. And I know I've tried a lot of them are leftover from previous years, and I know a lot of them I've tried before and I don't prefer, they're not my preferred bean. So I will be using my square foot template. You can fit 9 bush bean plants per square foot, and I've got 2 square feet of row space. And this is all going to be bush beans. So I have tender green. I do like those. These are, they are a stringless bush bean. So let me get all my tender greens together. And then I'm really excited because I'm growing black beans for the first time. From MIGardener, the Midnight Black Turtle. And I believe those are a bush bean as well. So behind you is my big garden trellis that I'm growing Blue Lake pole beans on. They are my favorite pole bean. I'm going to grow this year for the first time. I've never tried this variety, a TopCrop bean. And then I have from Part-Time Permies gave me these, or I got them as a seed exchange. And they're called Hank's Extra Special Baking Beans. You harvest these like in a dried pod. What I'm not quite sure is if, it doesn't tell me if they're bush or pole beans. So we're gonna plant some baking beans, which I hope to turn into my own baked beans when I can them. Black turtle beans, and then just green beans, both TopCrop and tender greens. So using the square foot gardening template, I'm just gonna use the yellow squares. I guess I should see how deep we plant beans. I always have to look at this every single year. 1.5 inches deep. The farmer behind us is getting his field all turned in. So let's start with the Hank's Extra Special Baking Beans. See how far we go with those. All right, well that's cool. I got 8 square feet of Hank's Extra Special baked bean. Thanks, Part-Time Permies. So hopefully those all come up. These are also from the 2018 Homesteaders of America conference, so they are a bit older seeds. But let's get to what I'm most excited about, and that is the black turtle beans. And I do have a single pack, I forgot to mention, of mung beans. So if I have space, we might plant these, and if nothing else, just for seed saving, so we have more. And these make great bean sprout seeds. So starting from here on down, let's start with the Midnight Black Turtle Beans. I have 4 packs of these, and so that's 100 seeds. All right, well I was 2 square feet shy of finishing this row. I've got about 9 square feet of the Hank's baking beans, probably 10 or so square feet of the black beans. So now we're gonna move on to our top crops. Woo! All right guys, that is 52 square feet of green beans planted. Green beans, black beans, and baking beans. So I don't have time to get the trellis planted today. I gotta run my son somewhere, but stay tuned because, I mean, after probably really picking up next week, we're really gonna get going on planting. It's gonna rain a lot this weekend. That's why I wanted to get some seeds in the ground right now. So next week though, I'll finish out the beans, hopefully get zucchini and cucumbers planted. And I'm still waiting on those sweet potato slips to come. Not gonna rush it, they'll get here when it's the right time. But hey, we're making lemons out of lemonade here. That's a bummer that I lost my beets, but look how much more bean space I had. So that's really great. Hope you guys are planting something fun in your garden, and let me know in the comments what you got done this week. Talk to you guys later.